The US and its allies killed thousands of innocent people under the name of so-called war on terror or fighting against Taliban. But now, US officials and other Western governments, they officially, publicly, shamelessly, they confess that Taliban are not their enemies. And that's true. As at least this 10 years, I was saying on behalf of my people to justice-loving people around the world that Taliban, warlords, all of these drug lords, terrorists are product of the White House, and they are only the enemies of Afghan people, not their foreign master. And now, under the name of national peace reconciliation, going to negotiate with Taliban and bring these terrorists of the Stone Age in power too. Even they opened an office for them in Qatar. Such kind of so-called peace is more dangerous than the current war. Peace without justice and independence is meaningless. Right now, the US and NATO only want a peace for themselves at the expense of putting our people to more disasters through empowering of these terrorists, drug lords, and looters of Afghanistan. And now, US and NATO tell us that they will leave Afghanistan by mid of 2014. It's also another big lie. The people of the world need to know that US and NATO countries are there because of their own strategic, regional, economic, and political interests. As right now, they are working to create at least 9 major military bases in my country to change it into its command base in Asia. Even if they are mobilizing the Afghan army and police, it is just to use them as cannon fodders to decrease the number of their own soldier casualties. And I think itself is enough to show the hypocrisy of the US government. From one hand, they are talking about the withdrawal of their troops, but from another hand, they are talking about US permanent military bases there. Just few thousands of troops they will withdraw to deceive the justice-loving people of the US and around the world. As long as there is US military presence in Afghanistan, we have no independence. In a country which has no independence, talking about democracy, women's rights, human rights, justice is a ridiculous joke. I believe that the only solution for the catastrophic situation of Afghanistan is the withdrawal of all of these troops as soon as possible. Because their presence is making our fight for justice much harder by empowering these reactionary, brutal, and dark-minded forces that are great obstacles for true democratic-minded elements. The show of the so-called election in Afghanistan is another joke with our people. What they portray as democratic election through a corrupt, fabricated, and fraudulent process. Without any doubt, the most disgusting selection ever seen in the human history. Election in an occupied mafia state has no legitimacy at all. I will never be tired to say from every audience to justice-loving people around the world on behalf of my people that no nation can donate liberation to another nation. Liberation should be achieved in a country by the people themselves. And our people can fight the medieval-minded Taliban and their jihadi brothers in creed if they are not supported and armed by foreign masters who shamelessly try to portray themselves as friends of Afghan. And the US government has a long history of replacing democratic regimes with dictators. We have seen in the course of modern history that US government interfered in internal issues of tens of nations to suppress mass movements and block democratic-minded forces from coming to power in the countries where the US has its economic and strategic interests. Iran, Chile, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Bolivia, Laos, Vietnam, Indonesia, These are few of the many countries where US interference brought bloodshed, suffering, and tragedies to their people. I'm afraid the same will happen again to the countries where people stand against dictators. If the leaders of these movements could not stop the dirty hands that are actively working to divert the people's wrath to a wrong and dangerous direction. Egypt is a good and new example. Right now we are witnessing the disaster going on in Syria, where the Western powers support and arm fundamentalist groups who are brother-in-laws of Taliban and Al-Qaeda, to which that country was changed into ashes, and even darker days are expected for its people. The brave protesters in all third world countries must be aware of these facts and learn from history of these other nations. As we see, imperialism and fundamentalism have joined hands to lead the world toward barbarism. We should fight against it even if it happens in Iran, Syria, Libya, Palestine, or Iraq. Fortunately, day by day we are witnessing the glorious uprising of the people against warmongers and economic crisis in different parts of the world, especially in the US, which shows the huge difference of American justice-loving people with their criminal government. I have always said that the US has two faces. One is that of a dirty imperialist government, but the other are its great people like my friend Chomsky and many like of you that who are at least right now here, and countless other justice-loving American people and great people like Snowden, Chelsea Manning, Matthew Schutz, Daniel Ellsberg, John Parker, Mike Prisner, Joe Clinton, and hundreds and thousands of other anti-war soldiers who are considered traitors by their government, but are the real heroes for the determining majority and live in the hearts of all oppressed people around the world. I send salutation to Edward Snowden and Manning, who are so brave to expose the real criminals in Pentagon and White House in the heart of the US, and played a big role in enlightening people around the world about true brutal face of US imperialism. The more such brave people are pressed by the US administration, the more they will find their place in the hearts and minds of suffering people all over the world. They are also my heroes and a source of inspiration. I would like to end my talk tonight with the quote of these two heroes. As Manning says, I don't want to be the part of the killing and crime machine of US government. And Snowden says, I cannot in good conscience allow the US government to destroy privacy, internet freedom, and basic liberties for people around the world with this massive surveillance machine they are secretly building. Heartfelt thanks once again for your solidarity and support.